Hi, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. Thank you, Brandy, for letting everybody know. I'm so glad to see you. Hi, Rach. It's good to see you too. Hopefully, we haven't lost everyone. It's good to see you too, Queen. Oh my gosh. So, I have exciting news and things to talk about and all of that. But I would like to share, not sponsored, but I am drinking Harry and Sons. Let me see if I can get this without the glare. Harry and Sons Victorian London Fog. Yum. Yum. Not sponsored, of course. But of course, you can always send me tea to that address. So, wow. Brand new week. Of course, I get to do something and it starts. I know. I love that brand. That brand of tea is, Harry and Sons, if you would like to sponsor Tea Time with S.A. Crow, we would love to have you sponsor us. Hi, AJ. Speaking of my babies, my beautiful babies. Yes, I know they have muddy paws. We are working on Bark Adventures. We've got 2 blog posts already. New ones coming. And we have a video coming up, Destiny's video. We will talk about how Destiny found us and how she rescued us and her diva-ness. And then eventually we'll have a video on AJ, my alien in a dog suit. But that's super exciting. I hope you will enjoy this adventure from transitioning from residential life to van life, and after we've transitioned in our journeys through that. So that's pretty cool. The other big news, Hematite Without Faith, my other pen name, Ann Crow, where I write urban fantasy noir mystery. Hematite Without Faith will be coming to Kindle Vella and Wattpad behind the paywall for people outside the U.S. on June 23rd. So keep an eye on that. Links to Ann Crow down below. That is the exciting news. Also, the 17th, I will be doing a live stream for 4 hours instead of only 2 hours on Saturday morning. I will be doing 4 hours for On the Wings for Writers summer live stream event to help bring awareness to Meals on Wheels America and our cookbooks. So those are some things that are happening. So lots of things. If you see my beads, I went to Arlington Pride on Saturday, and it was my first ever Pride event. Sadly, I got a migraine and had to come home before the show really started. But I did do some networking while I was there. And I will hopefully have a booth at a barbecue event at the end of the month in Fort Worth. So hopefully that will be happening, and I will get to advertise my books locally, which I have wanted to do desperately. So I'm excited about that and getting there and to do that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's all the exciting news that I can think of at the moment. I didn't get a sunburn. Then again, it's hard for me to sunburn. I tan easily because of my native skin tone. So what else is going on? So today I thought we would talk about making characters' voice distinctive. One of my coaching clients, that was one of the questions she had on her beta read or alpha read about making her characters more distinctive. And so I am writing a blog post on that this week. So look forward to that on Wednesday. But I thought I would see what some of my other friend authors say about how they keep their characters distinct. Thumpy thump thump, yes. Yes, that's the AJ Whippet tail. So how do you keep your characters distinct? I use Myers-Briggs to keep my characters' personalities straight and to work with their character arc. It also helps me with how they would respond to something. Because sometimes you're like, how would this character respond to that? And I have to remind myself, my response is not everyone's response. I am a strange bird, and so I don't respond the way other people would. So making sure that you keep their characters' personality straight. So using astrology, Western astrology, Eastern astrology, Myers-Briggs, Ingram diagrams, whatever you're using. Jung's personalities, something like that will help keep your characters' personalities on track. Also taking into consideration, do they have any psychological issues? Are they bipolar? Are they depressed? Are they anxious? Do they have social anxiety? Do they have, things like that you may give a character? Are they narcissists? I feel like they have their own personalities right up front. I've got very vivid imagination, I guess, but also I come up with their history and background rather quickly. That plays a big role. Yes. Taking some time, even with your side characters, and coming up with their background. One of the best tools that I helped talked about with my client was, this is James V. Smith Jr.'s The Writer's Little Helper. And this is a great little book. This I borrowed from a writing buddy of mine. And he has a whole section on character voice. And he has the distinctive voice tool. And this I'll be talking about in more depth in my blog post Wednesday. But his distinctive voice tool is... he's identified 5 qualities, all beginning with the same letter as voice, to help keep your character's voice very distinct. And the first thing he says is vocabulary, then verbosity, velocity, viewpoint, and venom. And this was a really handy little tool, because I've often tried to make sure, okay, where did a character grow up? So what are some colloquialisms from that area? Is English not their first language? Because there will be different things that they will say because English isn't their first language. They're thinking in their original language first. Also, the face claim that I use it often, a reflection of the personality. Sinus is face claimed by Gerard Butler, and his personality is boisterous. I'm sorry, I forgot your character's name. Yeah. And his personality is boisterous, yet he can be very dark when needed. Yes. Basing a character off of a famous person or a character in a movie or a book or a TV show can help keep your character distinct. For instance, Travis is based off of Christian Kane, the actor. So some of his personality traits come over. Steve is based off of a character Ryan Reynolds played in a movie called Sometimes Maybe, I think it was Sometimes Maybe. It was Ryan Reynolds' romantic comedy. Oh, you love Christian Kane too. I'm so excited. I'm a huge Christian Kane fan. I can't wait for him to make more episodes of his cooking show. He is really overlooked. He's so overlooked, but he is fantastic. Almost Paradise was amazing, where he got to play the lead. If you haven't seen Almost Paradise, it is a show set entirely in the Philippines. He plays the main character. He is playing a lead character, and it is really good. Really, really good. Check out Almost Paradise if you love Christian Kane. And of course, it's the same producer that did Leverage and The Librarians. So it's someone he already works with. And yeah.
You can wait. Really?
Apparently they cannot wait to go out. I was introduced to him in Leverage. Yep. Damn it, Hardison. I had that as a ringtone. And what's really sad is I could tell you what episode that Damn it, Hardison from that ringtone came from. That was Jen. If you're new and you don't know who that is, that was Jen letting the puppies out so they could terrorize the neighborhood. Because Destiny has to tell the neighborhood how everything works and that she's the one that's right. I can't wait to really introduce you guys to our puppies. I know you see them a little bit and you hear me talking about them, but with Bark Adventures, we're really going to be introducing them. We're planning a Patreon for Bark Adventures and maybe even a Kickstarter. We don't know. But with the Patreon, you'll get letters from Destiny and AJ. So I think I'm even going to make stamps for their paws. But I need to condition their paws first. They needed paw conditioning.
Where's that ticket from my mud print?
Took it from a mud print. Our yard becomes a swamp when it rains. A really bad swamp. So every time it rains, we have the yard brought into the house. So. I know. This was my puppy mommy day present. And it says Ohana is family because Stitch is our family mascot. And 626 Day, if you don't know that Stitch is Experiment 626. And on June 26th, the Supreme Court ruled that gay marriage was legal. And so Stitch has sort of become a mascot also for Pride. And so he's double our house mascot because I'm bisexual and Jen is gray sexual. And our roommates are also part of the rainbow. Hey, Kay, it's good to see you. All right. So any other ideas for keeping your characters distinct? What do you guys think of that distinct character voice tool from the book? That I love those things. It really was interesting because vocabulary will change if a person's went to college, where a person's gone to, and what level of college have they gone to, where they live. For instance, you could live here in the South, be a college graduate, have a doctorate even. For instance, my podiatrist is obviously a Texas boy because he showed up in the office with work boots on, like ranch work boots on, and told me I had a honking great heel spur. So, so even though he is a doctor, he's a Texas boy. So that changes his distinct voice. So sometimes take a look at people or things like that, and kind of pay attention to how they talk. I sometimes try to figure out where people are from, because here in the DFW area, we have a lot of transplants from everywhere else because it's cheaper to live here than it is in some places, especially the West Coast. And plus, we in Texas wanted to bring in more jobs, and so we gave lots of incentives to companies to come move here. Like, they don't have to pay property tax as much as everybody else. And yeah, the problem is they brought their employees, so not so many jobs. And now things are getting terrifying, hence van life. But you love linguistics too. There was a show, and I cannot remember the title of it. I will have to look it up. But it was about a group that apparently the government had listened to this scientist about first contact, and what scientists they should bring in, or what people they should bring in if first contact were possible or happened. And it had Peter Dinklage, and he played a linguistics professor. And I loved his character. And I will have to look for that show. It didn't live very long. I think it was too smart. So it didn't last very long. I don't even think it lasted a full season, maybe. But I will have to find that, because his character was really interesting and really got me into linguistics, which I find fascinating. So also, take into account where your character's from, what education level they have, how verbose are they, do they speak quickly? Are they from the East Coast, where you speak very quickly and you sort of have a bluntness to your speech pattern? And then where if you are from the South, you kind of speak slower and you take your time. For instance, and then the different dialects of the South, where you've got like people from Louisiana, where they have a colloquialism all of their own. I was trying to find a word that would work. New Yorkers. I don't get New Yorkers. I don't get that blunt, barking dog kind of personality. There's it's a really great tool. If you haven't checked out this book, I highly recommend it. It's The Writer's Little Helper by James B. Smith Jr. It's a great little manual to have on hand. Let's just say my RBF is epic, so I've been told. I have problems with RBF because I'm a trauma victim. And so I tend to read body language and tonal differences. And so with people who are very kind of middle of the road, don't really show a lot of facial expression, I can't tell if they're mad. And it gives me anxiety. And so I'm like, are you mad? Are you about to lash out? Are you okay? Are you happy? What is going on? I don't know. And I don't know how to feel. And I don't know how to protect myself. So I had a roommate that had RBF. And I was constantly in anxiety because I couldn't tell. And I'm a people pleaser, which goes with my trauma. Rach says, hi, Jill. Same anxiety. Yes, it is so real. When you read body language to know if you need to move or get out of the way or protect yourself, and you can't read them, and you're like, I'm just gonna go away. I don't know if you're okay, and I'm gonna go away. So yeah, that I spent most of my time avoiding. Yeah. I'm one of those strange people that if I'm in pain or if I'm upset, I try to treat the people around me even better than normal, because I don't want to subject them to my issues. And so I will put on the mask of everything's fine, I'm okay. And so that way I don't impact them. So sometimes I bluff people. They have no idea how much pain I'm in a day, or that I'm having a hard time. I suffer with depression, so we often, make other people laugh. Um, Women wear too many masks. Oh, we so do. I remember that in sociology class, how many masks we all wear. I'll make up a dozen scenarios in my head about what is wrong and what I can do about it, and come to find out the person didn't have an issue at all. I got you. I got you. I understand. Oh man, I'm sitting here going, okay, do I need to clean something? Do I need to, make their life easier? What's going on? Oh, yeah. So I understand. Oh my goodness. But are we ready for the next chapter? In the fire inside, because we've hit the halfway point. Ooh, we are at the halfway point of the book. I'm an overthinker. I once said something to a lady at church that made her mad. I didn't see her for years after that. The next time I saw her, she didn't even remember me. Oh, hun, I'm sorry. Can you believe we're at the halfway point of this book? Oh my goodness. All right. We are on chapter 13. If you are new or watching the replay and you would like to hear the previous chapters of The Fire Inside, there is a playlist for The Fire Inside on my YouTube channel, and all of those are there. Also, there's a playlist for book 1, Into the Fire, and you can hear all those. Don't be sorry. It's more the point being that if you think you offended someone, don't overthink it, as that just causes anxiety. So true. So true. But I understand your pain. All right. All right, get your tea. Sit back, relax, or do whatever you're doing, and we'll read chapter 13. Anna. I toss and turn the entire night, mind racing. I just know my eyes will be gritty in the morning, as if filled with sand. But I can't stop thinking about all the ways the guys are trying to keep me safe. Everything they've done for me as I've tried to save my business. Then the plans and tasks for upcoming photo shoots. The last thoughts running through my mind is Paige getting strange calls. I told her to connect me to the next one so I can put a stop to this caller. Thankfully, getting ready for the day becomes easier as the smell of coffee brewing travels into the suite. Travis and Raven are letting me stay in. Raven helped me get settled in last night. The rooms were hers when she first worked for Travis. I pull the portable clothes rack out into the dining room and count the outfits to make sure I divide them correctly between Raven and Mallory. I smile at the promise Tony made me last night to show me his apartment soon. It's only fair I get to see his space, since he spent so much time in mine. Raven works nearby in the kitchen on little delicious bites with strawberries and chocolate chips while the coffee percolates. I'm so excited to get started. She's arranging something on a cookie sheet and slides it into the oven in a fluid, effortless movement. Thank you so much for being so awesome about this. I know it's for Tony, but thank you. Honey, maybe I said yes because Tony asked for my help. You should know I don't do anything I don't want to, not even for a friend. I can't wait to start this adventure. Your lingerie is stunning, and I can't wait to try it on. I'll buy several pieces, I'm sure. At that moment, I want to count this woman among my small group of friends. We turn toward the front door where we hear Nash open it. Mallory's knife sharp heels click down the hall, heading in our direction. Raven pours 2 cups of coffee and grabs a small container of sweeteners. Mallory walks straight to the chair at the island, sits down, and adds sugar to her coffee as Raven places a bottle of homemade creamer in front of her. I wouldn't talk to her until half of the cup is gone, Raven jokes. I laugh and take a seat beside Mallory, grabbing the cup Raven pours for me. When will the photographer be here? I think we have time to pick out our outfits before her arrival. Paige, my assistant, said her name is Mia. We sit in companionable silence while we wait for Mallory to join humanity. The smell is coming from the oven helped bring her back. I'm so sorry. I'm not a morning person, she says, taking a small plate of something delicious from Raven. Don't worry about it. My phone beeps with a text from both the photographer and the stylist. They're on their way. Why don't we pick out outfits for the day? Crossing over the rack, I explain how the items are separated with markers. They're a contrast in appearance. The photos are sure to be striking. Mallory's short, petite, hourglass figure is the opposite of Raven's more shapely, full curves and her average height. With her white blonde hair and light peach skin tone, Mallory appears to be of Scandinavian or Dutch descent, while Raven has told me about her Cherokee grandmother. From her Native American heritage, she inherited high cheekbones and broad shoulders with chocolate brown eyes and russet brown, wavy brown hair rounding out her darker coloration. They ooh and ah over the outfits, talking about picking the skimpiest pieces to model here and saving the pieces that cover more for the outdoor shoots. I think 3 outfits here today. My phone rings with a call from Paige. I'll be right there. Moving off of the kitchen, I take my phone into a private area. Paige, what's going on? I ask calmly, but my heart's racing. I have him on hold. Paige's voice is crisp. She's clearly fed up. Yes, I'll take it, thank you. The phone connects to the other line. Miss Hahn, I'm James Smith. Sure, his name is Smith. I'm trying to find a relative for my client. It's a matter of inheritance. Do you mind if I ask you questions? His gruff voice makes me assume he drinks or smokes too much. If I can help, I'll be glad to. It seems your phone calls have disrupted my assistant, and I want her to keep her happy. My apologies. I'd like to ask you a very important question. Was your mother adopted? No. That's a strange query. What is your basis for asking these questions? Are you familiar with the company Poseidon Kinner or the CEO Warren Vaughn III? No, I'm sorry, but I think you have the wrong person. Stop contacting my business, I reply with authority. I have never had such an odd phone conversation before. Again, I am sorry. I'll remove your number from my investigation. I won't bother you or your secretary again, Miss Hahn. Hitting the end call button, I text Paige. I tell her I fixed the problem and he shouldn't be calling back. Then I text Elliot. I spoke to the person who has been calling and bugging Paige. Can you check into some things he asked me? I watch as a bubble with 3 dots pops up when Elliot replies, but give him the rest of the information I got from the caller. He asked if my mother was adopted. He also mentioned Poseidon Kinner and Warren Vaughn III. Having a voice in the investigation and giving guys clues is satisfying. Elliot, I'll get right on it. Block the number. Will do. I check in on how the photo shoot is going. They've picked outfits and are getting assessed by the stylist. From behind me, Nash ushers a second newcomer in, dwarfing even her statuesque, mixed Asian figure. Her thick, deep mahogany hair runs down her back in a rope, pulled flat against the sides of her head by delicate combs. You must be Mia. It's nice to meet you. I move over to her and we shake hands. I'm thrilled to get started. This place is lovely. The lighting is great. Do you have your NDA form signed? I ask both her and the stylist. They hand over their agreements, and I list off the day's locations for the shoot. I felt the first one should be in the recording studio downstairs. We can move to the game room and finish with the bedroom upstairs. Works for me. If I can get a look at the studio, I can set up. Mia has a camera bag strapped over her shoulder. She also holds a few collectible accessories. I'm sure Nash can show you the way. Nash glances up from the platter of food Raven brought out of the oven, his cheeks filled to the brim, swallowing when I call him out. He swallows before saying, "Of course, follow me." He leads the way towards the stairs leading down to the sublevel of the house. Raven's sitting in the chair. The stylist works on her makeup, while Travis walks up to Raven and whispers something in her ear, making her smile and blush. It's lovely to watch them together. It's hard to think of the problems they have had earlier in the year, but the evidence shows in Travis's wounded arm. Doctor says it will be a few months before he can get out of the sling. You must have gone first in the hair and makeup, Mallory. Steve takes her form in head to toe with a flirty grin. No, I'm next. What makes you ask? Well, then I guess you don't need any work done. Steve clears his throat. Tony smiles and pats Steve's back as he walks over to get a cup of coffee. What's that all about? Mallory asks. Raven only smiles and giggles. We head into the recording studio. The space puts out cool, comfortable vibes and muted grays with the same golden wood featured inside the house and the exterior. Guitars hang on one wall over a deep gray plush couch. Thick rugs cover the floor and tall windows let in golden light. I think Raven first, Mia says, finishing setting up a few lights when we enter. Raven removes her robe, revealing the bra and boy shorts cut panty set, done in deep brown lace and wide cream velvet ribbon accents. The colors complement her features. She walks to the corner of the room and picks up a well-loved guitar. Moving to a high stool in the center of the room and perching, she holds the guitar like a professional. Travis is teaching me to play. This is his first guitar, and I'm so honored and terrified that he lets me play her. She poses naturally on the stool. Mia shoots. What have you learned so far? I've learned chords right now. Raven strums the guitar. Raven, you keep going. Candles, Mia calls, rushing around, finding as many as I can. Mallory follows behind me, lighting them. Mia shoots and chats with Raven for a while longer. Raven gets up and moves to put the guitar away. That was entertaining, she laughs, putting her robe back on. Do we have a microphone? Mia asks the room at large. Travis's voice comes over the speakers that they do. He and the guys are sitting in the mixing table. A few moments later, Tony brings in a stand and microphone. Where would you like it? Tony asks Mia. In front of the stool, please. Mia peers through the lens of the camera. A few more candles near the couch, please. We put them in clusters around the corners of the couch. Okay, Mallory, let's do this. The robe falls from Mallory's shoulder, showing off her body in a bodysuit. Dark green velvet cages her body with russet orange lace pieces for modesty's sake. A commotion from the other room causes me to turn in time to see Tony escorting Steve away. Steve looks shaky. Mallory giggles and lounges on the couch with a mic. That was naughty, Mallory. Raven giggles. Know your worth and add tax. Mallory says, and Mia takes a shoot while she has a devilish smile on her face. What do you do for a living, Mallory? Mia asks and listens as Mallory describes her interior design business. Taking photos with Mallory gets more relaxed. Okay, I guess we can change to the next location, Mia says, around a half hour shooting. We'll let you two change while we set up the game room. My phone pings and I excuse myself. As I step to the side, I catch Raven skipping to Travis. her excitement at doing the photo shoots all over her face and animated body language. Travis asks she'll buy the outfit she has on while I unlock my phone. Paige. Anna, there's an issue with the manufacturer. They say the design files are corrupted and they can't get them started. I don't have access to the file on the work computer. Me, hold on, I'll fix it and get you the key to the folder after I unlock it. Sorry, I have a business emergency, I say. Start without me. I head upstairs and grab my laptop, coming back down and settling into a chair in the kitchen. Messaging the company first to get what steps they've already taken. It appears to be a communication error in the email. I check the status of the files and they seem fine. I resend the files to the manufacturer. Then I give Paige admin privileges. Paige messages me. She now has access to the files and everything is working on her end. I drum my fingers, anxiously waiting for the manufacturer's confirmation. I dislike having nothing to do but wait while the photo shoot is taking place. It feels unprofessional to me to not be there, but I guess it's unavoidable. After what seems like forever, but more than likely just 10 minutes, the message comes through. The designs are visible and they'll start on them shortly and keep me updated. They're leaving the game room when I finish. I'm glad you're done. I can't wait to get the photos from the game room later, I tell everyone as they come into the large kitchen. Raven and Mallory grab the last outfits for the day, and we head upstairs for the bedroom shoots. A huge horse print dominates Travis and Raven's bedroom on a cigar leather upholstered wall that doubles as the headboard for the king-size bed. The other two are deep gray, and the third is all windows, letting in filtered sunlight as passing clouds throw shadows around. Mia asks Mallory to go first, choosing the dresser and mirror for her shoot. Mallory has fun doing a panty raid on Travis's underwear drawer. Raven keeps giggling as Mallory teases about his choice in briefs. Her one-liners are killer, and before you know it, Mia and I are doubling up in laughter. Can't breathe, stop, I say, gasping for breath and taking a seat on the gigantic bed. The heavy stomps of footsteps on the stairs cause us all to go on laughing. What's going on up here? Travis asks from the doorway. Tony peeks in, placing his head above Travis's. To make matters worse, Steve tries to peek into the room too. They stack their heads one on top of the other, and I lose it along with the others in the room. And we continue a cycle of cackles and chuckling at the guys staring at us. Why don't we break for lunch? Raven gets out between snickers. We agree, and as Mallory and Raven put their robes back on, we head downstairs to the kitchen. Following the aroma of soup Raven started that morning, settling around the table together amidst snickers, it seems Raven had the right idea. It isn't long at all before our laughter gives way to expressions of enjoyment as we devour the meal. All right, that was chapter 13, and one of the best funny moments I think I've written. At that point, I love the image of Travis and Steve and Tony's heads stacked on each other as they're looking in the room. It's one of my favorites. Have to go. Forgot an appointment until the call reminded me. Everyone have fun. Don't forget to hit that like button. Oh, thank you, sweetie. That was very cartoony. I remember writing it and just laughing so hard. And I was like, I'm keeping it. It just made me laugh too hard. Well, I hope you enjoyed that chapter of The Fire Inside. And let's see what our self-care card says today. Oh, that's pretty. It says, tidy house, tidy mind. The more you care for your immediate surroundings, the more they will care for you. You will find yourself smiling at a well-ordered bookshelf, a happy houseplant, or a carefully considered display of cushions. So the same can be true for your office area, which I need to tidy up myself. I try to tidy up my office area every week, and I try to do it especially before every big project. Man, now I have to get back to work. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't have to. You could enjoy your tea a little longer. Don't forget, you can send me tea or fan letters or anything like that, or questions to that address. All my links are down below. Don't forget, there's Raven's Cookbook. We have the hardback version and the ebook version, supporting Meals on Wheels America. I will be live for 4 hours on the 17th, streaming to raise money and awareness for Meals on Wheels America. Our author of the month is Ann Daleview. Go over to Instagram, type in Ann Daleview, all one word, and check this author out. Also, check out Brandy's new journal, Mystic Manifestations. Go to Amazon, type Brandy Bullock journals, and you will find it. I have this one. I love it. Also, Miranda Page or Miranda Magic on Wattpad has a story, Lear. It's an Essence of Elements novel. It's a great YA dystopian sci-fi fantasy kind of novel. Rach D. Adams and Don McClellan have a book series out, the Dragon Tasker series. Their first novel is out, Doppelgangers in Deceit. I love their cover designs, are awesome. They also have a free novel you can get, The Pax Dragon, if you head over to their newsletter and sign up. Of course, you can always get free consultation from me. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/essaypro and you can get that. Check out Bark Adventures. Link is down below. Also, keep an eye out. June 23rd, Hematite Without Faith will be hitting Kindle Vella and Wattpad for people outside the U.S. I can't wait. Also, if you would like a personalized book plate signed by me, all you have to do is show me a ordered copy of Raven's Cookbook, either one, and I will send you a book plate that you can put in any of your books. It's okay. Things need to get done. Someone has been stalking my Amazon. Oh. I have. All right, everybody. Take care. Have a lovely week. I can't wait to see you again. I will be here Friday morning, 9 a.m. Central for writing sprints. So take care, everybody.